Oh, this
Okay.
is WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM. And we have with us at WZRD Mato Group Eric. He is a musician in Rogers Park. How are you?
Yes. Well, I'm fine. I'm doing good. How are you?
Very well.
I'm really more of a writer, and then like I have melodies and stuff, and then like I just happen to be working with really talented people that can figure out what's going on in my head. So
Oh,
yeah.
well, that's
But I write the
that's
lyrics and then sing the songs, and yeah. And we're all in Rogers Park actually. The guitarist, the drummer, the bassist, and we recorded it here at a Flat and Sharp studio, the little guitar shop on Sheridan.
mhm.
So it's all Rogers Park stuff. Yeah. And
These.
I only frequent Rogers Park bars.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, keep it local. Once you keep it local, the every dollar circulates 7 times inside the locality, inside the like let's say Rogers Park.
Well, then this place owes me a fortune.
Okay.
Rogers Park,
You
baby. Yeah. What's that?
well, you are with the group the Obsolete Model Citizens. So
Yes.
did you invent the name of the group of the band?
Yeah, it was an homage to late supermodels in the '90s. Linda Evangelista and Naomi Campbell. No, I'm kidding. It's about like how nowadays we create heroes and then we destroy them, and we don't, the lack of forgiveness that's in today's society when someone makes a mistake. So the idea was there are no role model citizens nowadays, if that makes sense. So we're canceling ourselves before we're canceled.
Mm, I see. Well, do you do you feel for those role models that those that could be role models but are canceled out?
Yeah, I do. I feel like, it's a mistake. I just feel like the lack of forgiveness in today's societies. I don't want any part of that for me,
Mhm.
because
But
we all make mistakes and they shouldn't,
yes,
ruin your life forever.
right.
Because some of the
Uh,
stuff is so small, and petty. It's like, geez.
well, that is kind of reflected in your songs as well. Could you select one of the songs and then show us how what you are thinking in the the obsolete model citizens uh, apply to the lyrics and the song.
Are you talking about a specific song or just the songs in general?
Just what if you
I've got,
have to.
well,
Uh-huh.
it all started like, I just got recently on my second divorce, and I started writing music at my job. So the first song was Twice Divorced, Never in Love, because the
Mm-hmm.
idea was if it was real love, he'd still be with them, or I would still be with that person. So he's looking for the one sent from above. So that was the first one. And I just realized that naturally sounded country, and my voice does too. So we call it outsider country, basically. But if you need a label.
Mm-hmm. And when you was it more like a release for you, or have you been writing music even before the divorce?
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Well, when I was a kid, so I did, I was in punk bands, but nothing of any note, just when I was like 15, 17 years old. Um, and then I was in a little band with my brother. We did two songs, if you could even call that a band. And then I got away from writing. I was writing poetry before that. And I got away from that. I started acting when I was like 17 and just kind of focused on that for a long time. And then when the divorce happened, honestly, these songs saved me. Like if I hadn't had these songs, I wrote like 95 of them, like 80 of them I wrote like in 4 months.
Mhm.
So yeah, so yeah, I did definitely feel like I poured myself into these songs. They mean a lot to me.
Mhm. For the 80 or so that you did not use, were they kind of similar to the ones that made the cut, and and then you chose the best one of the like the similar ones?
Well, that's interesting. Okay, so this record is called A Demonstration of Love.
Mhm.
Um, because I had a lot of songs about women, so um, just decided to focus on that. And some of them were just happened to be my favorite songs that I had written. So that I also like I like those records, those old records. I'm old school, where it was thematic. You know, back in the '80s and '90s, you had the vinyl record, and then this song was about this. This song was, you know, I mean, this record was about, you know, a certain theme. So this one, yeah, the running through line has been about the women, yes, and in my life or not in my life, or that I wish were in my life.
What about the Miss Godot, waiting for her for a long time? Does that reflect on some women, or women you usually wait for women take a long time?
Yeah, well, it's about that girl, yeah, who takes forever to get ready or keeps you waiting and all this stuff. But once you see her and once you get your hands, you know, it was worth the wait. That's, you know, basically what it was.
Mhm.
So, so and it's a play on Waiting for Godot, you know, the whole that play. I don't know if you know that one, but
I heard of it, but I haven't seen it yet. But I'm uh
so they're always waiting for Godot. He never shows up. So that was kind of the idea. But anyway,
ah mhm,
yeah.
yes. So you wrote a lot of these the lyrics at work, how, or you know, when you were like had nothing else to do,
Honestly, I
what?
treated I that was the great thing about my job was I work midnight shift, so I have a
Mhm.
lot of downtime.
Yes.
So I was like recording my songs on my phone. I was writing songs that yeah, I was that's when I was doing most of my stuff. Yeah, I was at work. I wrote most of them.
Mm. And what about your band? How did they come together uh
Well,
to
that's interesting.
work?
So I had these songs that were more specifically cowboy and outlaw songs, and I
Mm,
wrote a one act because I kept okay, I kept sending my music to other musicians,
mm,
and I never got even a chord struck. So I got sick of it. It's like, you know what? I'm just going to learn guitar myself. I got
mm,
into this really bad car accident almost a year ago, and I got a little bit of money from it. So that helped so I could record my stuff. So I signed up immediately for guitar lesson. I was going to do it myself and do the outlaw version songs, country songs,
mm,
as a one act. As I met the guy and we started working on the songs, I'm like, I'm never going to be as good as this guy. He's amazing. He's really an amazing guitarist.
mm,
And I just chucked those for now. I'm gonna do them again at another time, but and focused on doing these and, you know, recording them. So that started in July, and then I
mm,
met the drummer through him. So he did the guitar. His name is Jim. He did the guitar and the bass, and helped me come up with the songs. And then um, the drummer came in later on. He was a huge influence on it too in the recording studio. He was the engineer as well, and his name is Lobo.
mm.
And we're all Rogers Parkers. So
Do you ever go to open mics? Do you perform at bars?
that's the thing. It's hard to get these guys together because it's so busy. So
Mm.
there is one on Wednesdays in Rogers Park. Oddly enough, I forget what the place is called now. Shoot, but he
Carrie's
and I have been
Lounge?
talking. That
Is it Carrie's Lounge?
no, it's on Jarvis.
Oh, okay. So it's that what is it again?
I can't
Jarvis.
remember what it's whatever that place is. That's it. Yeah, there's only I
That's
think there's
what.
only one bar right there.
Yes. Okay. And they do have like an open mic on Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Hmm. But it's time for you to bring the group together, or have you been successful at one time or
It's hard getting them because they're both really busy because they're really talented, you know. So
mm,
everyone wants to probably work with them, I'm assuming.
mm,
So we've just been mostly recording stuff together, but we hit it off. Like this guy, like I couldn't get. I worked for 2 years trying to get even a chord struck to any of my songs. Nothing. I worked with so many different people. Him, I signed up in the guitar. In 20 minutes, he figured out what was going on in my head, you know,
oh.
and guessed right, I guess, or whatever. I'm sure there's a million ways you can go, whatever. But yeah. So
Well, so have you sent your music out to record labels? How have you, or are you
oh,
just
that's it.
streaming?
Well, Well, so we're streaming on YouTube and
Mhm.
Apple, and we're sorry on YouTube and Spotify and Apple, and then
Mhm.
we're on YouTube. But the YouTube thing isn't a video; it's just a picture of the record album. And then what I'm doing is I'm getting 100 of them pressed to vinyl, the records with the cover on it, and I'm
Mhm.
going to send them to local radio stations, people who I know listen to vinyl, and uh, record labels.
Mhm.
So that's the plan, and see if anything happens with that.
Mhm. And how did you did you use a DistroKid? And how did you
Yes,
find
yeah, we did.
yes.
I had a friend help me. I'm a total dinosaur, as you know. When we were trying to get this interview together, I don't know how any of this works. I have to have someone help me with all this stuff. Um, so yeah, I had a friend help me, but yeah, we distributed through DistroKid. Yeah, that was the way it was done,
Mhm.
and they just do them all, for you.
Yeah, because I looked on the YouTube and it seemed as if it was distro kid that uploaded to YouTube.
Hmm.
So they did a good job. And
Yeah, they did.
for the recording, who was your producer? Someone at Flats and Sharps?
No, I produced it all myself. I was the producer, so
Oh,
I just gave him like I paid for it, and then I just gave them kind of like, okay, what this song was influenced by, and then
mhm.
let them do whatever. And then it was just a simple thing. Like for the drums, he would just say, he'd put his hand up, and if I wanted less drums, he would just put it down a little bit,
Oh,
almost. So he was really good, really, really good. He could, he came up with the drums like really rather quickly. Surprised me. We did it in one day, actually, all the drums. Same with the
wow.
vocals. The vocals we did in 2 hours.
Oh,
We did. We didn't. I wanted it to sound raw, anyways. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but I just did it twice. I just did 2 takes, and that was it for
oh.
the vocals.
Mhm. And so in under a week, you have finished recording, or did they still have to mix everything together?
No, it's mixed. It's mixed and all that. Now I just got to put it on vinyl, and so, and then
Mhm.
I also put it on a demo, a demonstration. So there's that little hyphen there because, just in case someone hears it and is like, I like this, but I'd like to record it. I'm hoping like another artist would want to do one of these songs or something. That's someone of note. I'm more of a writer, like I said, than anything.
Mhm. Do you do any networking with musicians?
Not really. I'm trying to like get the ball rolling on that. But we did. Me and my friend, we went on a tour of the South. So we went to Eureka Springs, Arkansas, Hot Springs,
Oh,
Oxford, Mississippi, Lexington, Kentucky, and we played it in biker bars and honky tonks.
oh,
The music, we got them to play it over the PA system and stuff.
oh. So you didn't go there physically to
Yeah,
play
physically, yeah. We
physically?
treated it like a mini tour, yeah, kind of thing. So it was
Oh.
cool. It was really cool. The people in the South are so friendly, man.
Mhm. So how many venues did you play down south? About.
How many places?
But
We played like
yes.
6 or 7 places.
Oh,
One was one of the biggest biker bars in America. And I can't remember what the hell it's called. Jesus. Pied Piper or something, I forget. But that was in Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
oh. Hmm. And how did you
But
make
but I wasn't sure. I'd never been to a biker bar, how they would react, and
Mhm.
they didn't care. They don't, even though I'm not dressed like a biker. They didn't, no troubles. They were nice.
So did you say you dressed as a biker or you did not dress as a biker?
No, I just wear a white t-shirt, jeans. Well, the funny
Uh-huh.
thing is, actually, I was dressed totally like
Oh.
someone who wouldn't go to a biker bar. So what happened was, I got these new Converse for the trip,
Mhm.
and they started eating away at the back of my heels right
Oh.
away.
Mhm.
So like I couldn't wear them. So we went to a general store and bought $5 sandals. So I wore sandals to the biker bar. So I wasn't wearing the attire at all.
And how did you get those venues, the biker bars and the other 6 or 7 venues?
Just talking to the bartender and just if they had Bluetooth, if they had Apple or Spotify, and then I would just send it on my phone to their phone, and
Mm-hmm.
then tip them generously, obviously. But you know, but one thing that was cool was in Lexington, we got to play it in the oldest established bar. Once again, can't remember the name. Jesus. Um, but it's they played it twice, and my friend said they really liked it. He said that's a good sign because they're kind of music snobs there in Lexington.
Oh, oh.
So that was kind of cool.
Mhm.
That was a good feeling.
Wow, that's congratulations. Are you planning to return there?
Um, oh, Lexington, I would definitely go to. Yeah, my friend lives there. He's a really good friend of mine. And he
Oh.
really helped me out
Mhm.
on this trip. Actually, his name is George, my drinking buddy.
Do you have any contact with other besides your fellow musicians? There are some other artists at in Rogers Park as well. Do you network with them?
Not at this point. Not really. No, just
Mhm.
one guy. Just one other guy.
Mhm.
All the ones that I'd met, to be honest, were kind of flake. Like I never got nothing ever came of it. So I just kind of said, forget it. They didn't. Whereas like when I worked with Jim, it was instantaneous. We were coming up. One time we came up with 3 songs in an hour. You
Wow.
know,
Mhm.
yeah. So like I would just sing it to him and he'd do it, and then like I mean, you have to fill it out. He had to work later on the solo and stuff like that. But just the
Mhm.
nucleus of the song right there. He had the harmony and the whole. Not the harmony, but he had the chorus and the refrain right. Just right off the bat. So
Uh-huh.
yeah,
So what Jim was doing was to put the music together and then
yeah.
play. Uh-huh. Wow.
Yeah, he got me right away. I knew right away he was the guy. As soon as I'm first hour, I was like, then I'm sticking with this guy. It changed everything because, like I said, I was gonna do an acting thing, a one act piece about this relationship between a father and daughter, and the guy's an outlaw country singer, so it would have been an outlaw country singer. And I just ditched that for now. That could always come up later, but and then started to work on these songs with him.
Have you
Like I said, he came up with it really quickly. So
yes. Is he has he published other tracks as well of his own on his own?
not that I know of, but he
Oh,
should. He's
wow.
very talented. Uh, like he's got, I don't know. I really like his guitar playing. So it fits for my songs. My songs are simple. They're not,
Mhm.
but he's got, a lot going on with the guitar. So I mean, the record is purposely pretty guitar heavy, but it's all acoustic. We did it all acoustic, and we wanted it to sound raw.
Mhm.
So,
What about the
well,
cover? Who came up with the cover?
well, I wanted it to be fun, and it was just a picture of me having a drink, and then I sent it to a friend who's an artist, and he just messed with it a little bit, and
Mhm.
on the computer or whatever, and it just so that's yeah.
Yeah, well, he
I
did.
told him I wanted it to be like a. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, he did a very fine job. I like the colors.
Yeah, thank you.
And what kind of drink was that supposed to be? It's pretty dark.
Oh, it was a beer, a
Oh,
Belgian beer.
oh,
I'm a beer snob. I love. I've actually just stopped drinking about 3 days ago because I've been putting on so much weight. So I miss it, but it's kind of boring. But what are you going to do? You know?
you gotta take care of your health first. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if I'm going to get a girl too, it's like it's been a while. So
Uh, and I think I saw that it was published in 2023 or 3 months ago. I'm kind of confused. I thought I saw somewhere that it was in 2023, but then I saw that it was uploaded to YouTube about 3 months ago. So when were these songs finished?
just recently, I just got them mixed. Um, God, when was it? It was like late February, early March of this year. That's when I got the final mix.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. And it's just everything, I'm new to this, so like everything takes longer than you'd think it would. And plus, like I said, those guys are busy, so it was kind of like, I was on their schedule. So, um, but yeah.
And what are you
And we're
looking
getting
at
back.
with?
I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
Yeah. what are your plans? You're getting back together with the group to make more music?
That's funny that you said that. That was going to be the next thing I say. Um, we're going to get back together sometime in June,
Mhm.
and we're going to finish 3 more songs, and just going to call it a few more demonstrations of love. And
Oh,
then I'm going to work on a single record, which is going to have those outlaw or cowboy campfire songs. It's just going to be acoustic guitar and my voice for those 4, and release those as a single. So
have you
those
considered?
are more country than these songs I have now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like
Have
old
you?
school country, like the outlaw stuff. I mean, it's kind of more along those lines.
Nice. Have you considered applying to perform at the Glenwood Avenue Arts Festival?
Where's that?
It's on Glenwood Avenue and Morse Avenue. That it happens in April, in August, on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's a very big festival at the Morse and Glenwood, but
Oh,
mostly on Morse. There are a couple of
I know
side
that spot
stages
really
on.
well. I'm on Morse right now. I live on Morse, so
Uh,
I'm like maybe 5 blocks from there.
oh,
Yeah,
were you here last August? Were you living here last August?
yeah, yeah. I was. Yeah,
Okay,
I
so
think
did
I've
you?
been to it before, but maybe years
Oh.
ago. Yeah.
Oh, well, they do have artists, and then maybe would you like to would you consider playing on one of the stages?
If those guys would do it, I would. Yeah, I would. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll send you the link later to apply,
Okay.
and
All
then
right.
you can share it with the guys and talk about it.
Okay.
Okay.
And what's it called again?
Glenwood Avenue Arts Festival.
Yeah, Arts. That's what it is. Okay, that's right.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. No, I've
Yeah.
been to it, but it was like years ago. They
Yeah.
closed off Morse, and then they have like
Right.
bands on both sides of it. Yeah, yeah. I've seen it.
Right. With lots
Yeah.
of food, mostly art booths, but then two main stages and a side stage too for music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so you are working on your next album now. And when you write songs, is it still writing at your job is most inspiring, or are you able to write when you are at home now?
Oh no, I'm able to write when I'm at home. I've kind of I haven't written a song, a new one, in a bit,
Hmm.
but I've been refining a bunch of the old ones because some of them I just what it's like spontaneous. So I try to write them as fast as possible.
Hmm.
So like 15 minutes, 20 minutes,
Oh.
and then I leave them alone, and then I come back to them like, what the hell is this? This is terrible. But the thing, for some reason, I'm very lucky with finding a really good, I feel catchy or hooky hook for the song. You know, the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that's what the first thing that comes to me. Then I write the words to match to fit that. Is how I do it. And uh, yeah, so you know, something like I haven't seen in a year and a half. I'll go back to it and then totally edit it and make it better. Hopefully.
Okay. Yes, because you have
But yeah, some of them are like, yeah,
experience. Yes, because as you move through life, getting more experience. Gonna ask
okay.
wait, hang on. The Rogers Park, our neighborhood of Rogers Park, is there any part of it that that inspires you that you uh, also added to part of the song? At least the aura of some part of the neighborhood.
Well, obviously you got the lake,
Hmm.
and then the bars that I've gone to mostly have been Oasis,
Hmm.
Fritzies, and Dino's and Kunins,
Hmm.
and uh, uh, um, we had a listening party close by.
Hmm.
So yeah, but the bar, a lot of the songs were influenced either being in the bar or like Miss Venezuelan Gamble
Hmm.
is my kind of honky tonk woman to this Venezuelan bartender who used to serve me.
Oh.
She doesn't even know that the song is about. I mean, I take creative license. It's not like autobiographical or anything like that.
Mhm. And what about these bars? Have you ever approached them about playing at some of them.
Yeah, that's why I had the listening party was at Fritzy's
Oh,
Tavern. But I
oh,
gave up
it,
drinking now, so I'm gonna wait. Once I, I'll reintroduce it when I'm just gonna have like one or two, and that's probably like in 2 months, like on my birthday, I'll start
oh,
celebrating for that.
oh, okay.
So
Hmm. And which bar again was that for the listening party?
Fritzy's Tavern.
Fritzy's.
It's on Granville and
Okay.
Clark and
Thank,
Granville.
thank you. Okay.
Shout out to Bernard, the best bartender in Chicago.
Okay. Shout
Really
out to
nice
Bernard.
guy.
Mm-hmm. All right. Mato Grubevic. Is that, did I, Grubevic? Grubevic?
Okay, it's Mato. Don't worry about my last name. It's such a
Okay.
messed up last name. Gerbavic would be the English way to say it, but
Uh-huh.
the actual pronunciation is Grbavac.
Oh.
But that's too hard, I think, for a lot of Americans. But
Yes. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and much luck on your future songs, and much luck on your current album.
thank you so much. And yeah, the Obsolete Model Citizens, a demonstration of love. Spotify, Apple, YouTube,
Okay.
check it out.
Okay.
Um,
Yes. And as a D, you spell out D so our listeners won't get confused.
yeah, it's spelled the Thee,
Hmm.
Shakespearean
Hmm. And
or biblical, depending on what your angle is.
mhm. And why did you choose D instead of the?
For two reasons. It has more gravitas, but also I thought it was funny to make it more like more fancy. So
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you, Mato.
okay.